So let's fully stack the runes and it will increase some of my damage, and now it should work. Yep, 830, that makes more sense. Now we'll wait for electrocute. I don't know why there's not a single setting in here that resets it. It's kind of annoying. Death cap is 1374. Dummy doesn't have any magic resistance. We have to keep in mind that this will deal more damage against real players. Alright. 1262. Next up on the list is Lich Bane. Now again, I'm not gonna auto attack the dummy because it will give an unfair advantage to Lich Bane. I will just proc it with my E. My E does proc on hit effects, as it says at the bottom, so it will proc my Lich Bane. And it deals 1247, which results in 1200 damage. A flat 1200. Abilities can critically strike for 20% extra damage. Now, this sounds good because when you think of critical damage, you think of like plus 100% damage or plus 50% damage. But this is actually very cheap. It's like you only deal 20% extra damage. It's not that much. It's 1197. It's 3 less than Luden's Companion and a flat 50 less than Lich Bane without any extra auto attacks. Does, however, have the 12 magic penetration that is not being used here right now because it has no resistances. So the idea of Malignance is that it deals more damage with your ultimate. Which means since I don't use my ultimate during this test, you'll see that the damage is very lacking. It's only 1022. Now, if I were to ult, it does burn for about 100. 210. Now, the thing with this is, although that's quite a bit of damage, and if you add the 210 to the initial 1022, it actually comes close to Lich Bane. It's not quite worth it because you kind of want to have this damage done on your target before your ult, so your ult gets the execute. And now, this item says that it's commonly built on Evelynn, and I don't understand why. It has 30% magic penetration, and it heals people if you kill someone. It's like an expanding redemption, basically. I don't see a reason to ever buy this item on Evelynn, because when you ult, generally you're safe, and you're basically ulting away from the healing anyway, so what's the point? On top of that, not only does Void Stuff give more AP, it gives more magic penetration, and that's what you usually buy this item for. So I don't see any point to ever buy this, but just for the sake of comparison, I will add it and include it. And it will do 998 damage. This is the only item that does not hit 1000 damage with the combo. Again, they don't have any magic resistance, so that's partially the reason. So now I'm going to actually add some stats to the dummies. I'm just going to go over all the items again. So first of all, without any damage. It's 474. Anyway. 785 with death cap. A whole death cap counters out 100 MR. Which shows how strong MR items actually are if you buy them. And there is Storm Surge. And it deals 765 damage. Lich Bane still doesn't get outshined by anything that reduces magic resistance. It's still on 3rd place. Deals 713 damage. It does 688 damage. Void Stuff does 757 damage. 684. $686 damage. With a sad 584 damage. And even if you were to ult, 274 is not going to make the difference between what your ult could have executed compared to what it leaves them with if it doesn't execute. 1956. Okay, apparently it's 1600. $24.17. $24.43. $24.31.